Hey, just practicing my red carpet walk there. All right, well, anyway. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a birdhouse. Okay, not that big of a deal, right? But we're gonna build just your basic, opens on the top, birdhouse, cedar picket fence, or fence picket. Whoa, boy. Either way, it works. But we're gonna use basic electric tools. I mean, what do we need here? You know, let's take a look at what we got here. I'm going to use my workmate bench, a hammer, circular saw, a hole saw, yeah, a drill. Can be just an AC drill, you know, that's okay. Some finish trim nails, 1.5 inches. That's about all you need. A straight edge of some sort. You don't want this. Got a good spring on it, but it's not gonna hold it down. You need a squeeze clamp, right? Two of them would be nice. Two. That's all you need. We'll get to this. We'll see how it goes, right? All right. Well, got a little DIY project. How about making a birdhouse? But of course, you know, I could use the table saw, miter saw, and drill press. But let's not do that. Let's see once if we can get one made with the most basic of basic tools. Not, you know, they're going to be powered tools. You know, skill saw, okay. You know, a couple of clamps. Gonna need a couple of clamps. A straight edge. You just need a straight edge. I got a speed square. You can use a regular square, or just a straight edge for all that matters. I got a little bit of cheat notes here. Just get my measurements right. I had to actually change them a little bit because this picket fence. How about a fence picket, eh? Let's go with that instead. Is 5/8 thick. That calls for 3/4 inch. You can't get 3/4 inch in cedar. Yes, it's cedar. Says here 60 inches. 5 feet. I don't know, what is this one? 72. That's okay. 5.5 inches wide, that's how it comes. Although I have some over there that are 5 3/8. Well, yeah, no, that's gonna really start messing with the interior size of the birdhouse. We don't want to do that. And what else? A hole saw. A spade bit would be fine, but a hole saw on the drill. Spade bit's just as fine. You know, and the skill saw, yeah, this is a fancier skill saw, not really fancy, but a newer one. You can pick one up at a garage sale, you know, an old skill saw brand, you know, doesn't matter. Used one works just fine. Get yourself a new blade to put in there. No, we're not gonna do a hand saw, but this is older than dirt. And this here, you could use this for making your cuts. Doesn't have to be perfect, you know, but we're gonna use a skill saw. Could use this. Cuts just fine. It's nothing fancy about it. It's, like I said, old as dirt. But anything to make a cut. I'm gonna use a skill saw, you know, it's a step up from that. But it's about as basic of a tool as you can get as a power tool. It's pretty basic. And any garage sale, you probably pick them up for $5, you know, and you just have to go buy yourself a blade. You be quiet over there. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. Nothing fancy about this, I guess. You know, it'll look like this. except for it won't open the top. It will open on the side. Pardon me. So you won't need a hinge on the top. You want it to open on the side. It's easier to clean out, you know, in the spring. Why make one now? It'll season. It'll season over winter. Better chance of birds going in it in the spring. And quite frankly, it might sit for a year and birds won't go in it. But if you make it now and hang it, it's a good chance it'll season enough that it won't have such a strong cedar smell to it, which it will at first. But let's get started with this. It's not that hard to do. What else do we have? Oh boy. Nails, 1.5 inch. They're finished trim nails. 1.5 inch. Could do 1.25 inch, be fine. And but they are hot dipped or galvanized cedar. Kind of want to do that, and you don't want the nails to rust and get rust stains going down at the birdhouse. Not a big deal. If it does, who cares? But this will make it last a lot longer. And cedar, you can make it out of pine. It's fine. The cedar will last and will age beautifully. As we all know, cedar has a way of getting a nice gray look to it. The only other thing I did not grab was a drill bit for maybe pre-drilling the holes for the nails. I want to see if I can't find one. We're going to have to cut this out here. Alright, yes, I had to go on a little search for drill bits. I probably, you know, I don't have to drill, but it's kind of close to the edge on where I'm putting the nails in, and I kind of don't want it to split. They have splitless nails, but I don't make them short enough. You can kind of make a nail splitless by tapping the point on the cement, you know, with a hammer, but yeah, I don't think so. No. I even did find some finished nails, but they were interior. And I thought, well, that's fine. And no, I better pick up some. The nails, they were, boy, I just threw away that bag. How much were the nails? How much were the nails? $3.98 for a 6 ounce, which is, does it give me an approximate? I would say approximately a whole bunch, okay? I don't really give you an estimate, but, you know, when I say a whole bunch, I mean like a whole bunch, I mean, you know. I'm gonna do a little test here with my drill, hiding underneath here. I don't want a giant hole. I want a hole that's, and I gotta force the nail in a little bit, but I think this one will do it. Oh, yeah, that's, wouldn't want to go any bigger. Went from high 70s, no wind, for like 4 to 5 days, really nice. And then today, 63 out. Yeah. And very windy. Alright, that's enough screwing around. So, we gotta make all our pieces. I kinda already marked the first one. 4 1/4. You know, and I would like to make this available for you if you want this. I will probably make the measurement changes or the alternative measurements where they need to be changed. If you got 3/4 inch, which you're probably not gonna, make sure it's not 3/8. It's too thin a wall for the birdhouse. In the summer, it'll get too warm. You know, it's whatever you find, I guess. But 5 foot is fine. I got a 72 inch because I wasn't sure which version I was gonna make. This is the most straightforward. You're not having to, all the pieces are 5.5 inches wide. You don't have to cut anything down this way. You can with a skill saw, but yeah, you're gonna have to forgive me because I'm probably gonna say skill saw a lot, even though it's a circular saw. Skill saw is a name brand, which was Black & Decker skill saw maybe? And everybody just calls it a skill saw because that was the first one that was ever made. It was the Black & Decker skill saw, they called it. All right, so let's maybe set our depth here so we're not turning too deep or too shallow. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh, Lord. You know. I just may have overtaken it last time. Just want the teeth sticking through about 1/16 of an inch. And, oh yeah, because I'm left-handed. Oh boy. So I'm gonna have to, you know what, I'm gonna have to turn this around the other way. Yes, I'm left-handed. They make left-handed skill saws, or they used to. But they're pretty pricey, and I think there might be only one brand out there that makes them, yeah. But if it makes you happy, I'll flip this around. Because you want the main part of the platform on the main part of the board, not the other way around. Okay, yeah, clamps, you got clamps, any kind of clamp, squeeze clamps, please don't do this. So, spring loaded like this. You know, it's not gonna hold it still. Toss that right there, okay. So, I guess I'm just gonna have to, probably should use this outlet now, huh? Sweet, I'm gonna move this around, okay? Plug your ears. Oh, I didn't do it. It was actually pretty quiet. Okay, yeah, let's see how quick we can do this, you know? So, note that this edge here, whatever I said, it turned off. So, yeah, that there, you want that, you want to see your line, and that'll put that blade on this side of that line. So let's go ahead and, you know, this can fall on the floor as far as I care. It's just a birdhouse, but we'll catch it. Wasn't that noisy? All right, so now we'll do which one are we gonna do first? I think I'm just gonna let's do the back. Oh, I got that 15 inches long. Well, the back's gonna be at the top, so dog ears be on the top, so that's last. So, we do the sides. You gotta cut the angle for the sides. And I'll show you a way to make them both exactly the same. So let's just do the roof. Roof. How do you say it? Do you say roof? 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 Roof, roof! Oh. I guess I say roof because I said roof. 7.5. Of course, you can cut, mark these all ahead of time, but you gotta know for sure how thick that blade is because it's gonna take some of that wood away. You're gonna end up with pieces getting shorter and shorter as you go down. Look at an awfully short roof there, doesn't it? Wow, I've never seen a battery go dead so fast. Crazy. 7.5. We're gonna measure this until we got interrupted. 6. I like it longer anyway, so we're gonna go with that. 7.5 it is. More rain protection. So now what next, huh? We gotta do the sides yet? No, let's see, we did the floor. Did the roof. We gotta do the front, 9 inches. It says 9.25. I'm going with 9 because I lost my pencil. Are you kidding me? I ran in to get a battery. It says 9.25, but I changed that to 9 for the sides and the front because they're going kind of big. You know what I mean? It's not generally the height you want. You want like 9. Looking at all the different plans that, you know, what will this be good for? What kind of birds? This will be good for, with an 1.25 inch hole, bewicks, wrens, chickadees, nuthatches, downy woodpecker if you really want a woodpecker in your area. But it will keep out house sparrows at 1.25 inch, maybe. I think it should be 1.1 inch, but I've had experiences in the past where they tend to make the hole a little bigger. So, because I've gone 1.1 inch in the past. So we will accommodate them. Okay. I did the roof, and you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the angle on it. And of course, we don't know what the angle is going to be until you know what, I'm going to have to, because they don't tell you an angle. You want the roof to slope a little bit? And they do an inch difference between, you go 9 and 10. So if we go 9 and 10, I guess let's go ahead. Okay, so that's 9 and 10. So we'll mark 10. You know why we're doing this first? Because we need to get the angle so we know what angle to cut the top at. For the top, meets up here. You would like an angle there, wouldn't you? I would if you want it to look nicer and seal up a little better. I mean, come on. So, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna draw a straight line. So we got 9 and 10. And then we're gonna draw a straight line across. Just enough room. So we're going to draw that straight line. To get the angle, we're going to go from the 10-inch across to the 9-inch. And that gets our angle for 2 sides. Why? Because now you got 2 of them that way. So let's go ahead and do that. You notice I wiggled a little bit at first there, right? Okay, you see that little bit of a wiggle? Don't wiggle, who cares? Now, how are we gonna get that angle for this? Right? I mean, we could go like this. Chunk of wood there. We could go like this. Make a little pencil line there. And you don't really need to do an angle on it, you know, so I got the angle on. You don't have to do the angle rip up there. Not that big of a deal. But it would be nice. So now we gotta go. Let's go ahead and cut this other one. So we got this angle here already. Let's get the 10-inch. For the other side. Of course, we think we probably should have done that right away, huh? No, it's no big deal. Now, I probably could have made this a little longer. And you clamp this down on top of the other one. And so that's what we're going to do. I could have made this one a little longer, then I'd clamp down and I could actually cut the finished length, but this will work just fine as long as we move it over a little further. And boy, we're going to really clamp this way over here. Okay, it looks good right there. So now we're gonna run this. We gotta set the depth though. So we gotta change that depth to go through 2 of them. Go through 2 of them. There you go. Set that. So we're just gonna use that as a guide. Okay. Except for, it's going to be tricky to hold that still. Well, you know what? First, sometimes you just got to think a little bit outside the box. There we go. Voila. Huh? Hey, you like that? Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and do this now, huh? No big deal. Yeah, I did get a little wiggly there. I did. But we got 2 exactly the same. That's awesome. So, that bottom. We got roof, we got sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
So, we got our 2 sides, we got a roof, we got to get the back, but we need to do the front. So she did get a little wiggly there. You know, if you really feel like it, you could always clean that up a little bit. Thing that is going to be the front, but you can just sand it a little bit. Oh, how do we do that? We'll find out. Oh, I did. Ooh, yeah! Just took a tiny bit off. Not that big of a deal. So we're going to do the front. And we said the front's going to be 9 inches. Oh boy, come on, here we go. They could use a 1-foot ruler, except for the fact that you gotta do the back, which is gonna be longer, and so, but you could still use a ruler, 12 foot, and then, you know, add 3 more inches to that, because I think that's what, 15 inches? Yeah. So, not a big deal. It's Birdhouse. Birds aren't gonna complain because the house isn't perfect. Yeah, okay. So, and we're gonna go ahead and bring this back up again, this blade here. We don't need it that low. Well. Look who fell in the well.
Well, maybe he fell in the toilet.
Little rascals. All right, let's go. Got this. Let's get this baby rolling, eh? Is it right on the money on that line? On the outer edge of that line? Not always. That's why I doubled the size up, you know. Well, you know what though? Now that I did that, I'm gonna be a little long there. Nope, we're good. Because apparently, there was more on the line. All right, I can't complain about that. Let's take a look at this again. All right. A little bit. I'm not going to get worried about it because, like I said before, it's a birdhouse. All right. Now we need to do that because now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yes, you guessed it. But let's move all this stuff out of the way now. Okay. Boy. And move it around because we want the dog ear for the back. Kind of a rough spot there. We'll put that to the outside. Sure. Rustic look. And that was what, 15 inches, huh? Seems rather long, but I don't care. Nice tall back and perfect. You know, when I think about this, let's measure how long this one is, huh? $13. Oh, 13. 15, I kind of like that. Give me a little bit of room to put screw in on the top and the bottom. which I'm just might set that up that way. Otherwise, you just put a screw in the top, it's fine. Nah, it's not gonna go anywhere. All right. Oh, I'm gonna get a little argument of, okay, yeah, that's enough of that. Okay. Am I gonna hit that? That might be a problem, huh? All right, here we go. All right, so now we got something else we need to do. We need to drill that hole for the front, which is this one, right? A 9-incher. Yep. Front, outside, inside, both side. Even matter. Okay. Does it give me the measurement? No. See, I don't like you. You gotta tell me. Wow. Two and a half inches. Dirty buggers, and give me no measurements on that. Let's put this back to left-handed person type stuff here. 2.5 inches. There. And half of 5.5 is 2 is 2.5, 2 3/4. Well, I just nailed that first line. All right, so this is an old Workmate. You could find those at garage sales, maybe. People don't like to give those up. They're actually really nice to have. So, yeah. It's the best way to go with this. Came from my father. Long time ago. So, the best way to do this is going to be get that out of the way. I'm gonna need you. You'll see, you'll see. It's just nicer if I clamp it down. For my drilling. So, we got that little drill bit on there that we don't want right now. So, inch and a quarter. You can drill until the center bit gets to the other side and drill it the other way. Stay inside. Don't worry about it. Once again, everybody say it. It's a birdhouse.
I see you're still doing the birdhouse thing.
Isn't that a little crazy? Wouldn't mind slow speed here. Ooh, let's actually get it in gear. You want straight? Straight enough. Nah, slow is too slow. Yeah, they do like to get a little plugged up, these hole saws. Not a big deal. And I can tell you, I'm sure it's pretty dull. Wow, this drill is just, man, these drills are getting old. My impact got wet, it dried out, it worked, and then it didn't. because I'm an idiot. Oh, yeah, there we go. There. See, it plus no on the backside, but man, it's a birdhouse. Who cares, you know? Yeah, well, the downside of these is the plug of wood that gets in there. And that would be an excuse for you to flip it over and finish it on the other side, so that the plug sticks out a little bit and you can get it off there easier. But not a big deal. Not a big deal. See? Wasn't that big of a deal. That's why there's holes in there. All right. Boy, I tell you. I'm getting ready for a new set of drills. Okay. So, how do we do this? How do we put this together? Well, you know what? We never did do that, the angle. Should we do that angle? See, it broke a little bit on the birds don't care. So, the top, we have that marked. And, you know, I'm not going to use, I can measure that angle, but I'm not going to. Nope, wouldn't be fair to you. We're just going to deal with it. So, we need to get us, seems like I had that 10 degree? Oh, I can't remember. It seems like I've been there once before. With that angle. Oh, man, come on. There's a 0. Is there a mark on there? Oh, there is a mark on there. Oh boy, you can't see that. Oh yeah, marks on the side, there's a mark down there. So if that's 5, 10, 15, 50, okay, there is a mark down there. It's a Makita. Actually, for price and quality, Makita is it's a good, everybody say it, skill saw, circular saw. So, is it gonna be right? I would like you. There you go. So how are we gonna check that? First we gotta find it. So, you could unplug it, but I'm gonna have to cut this crazy like. Probably wouldn't hurt for you to unplug it if you're not, you know, feeling so yippee about it. Let's just go like that. And of course, when we do it, let's actually put it the right way. So we can check that angle. I like it. I mean, it's. So I thought this is like an 80 degree, which would be a 10 degree flipped. So how's that? What are we going to use? Does it matter? No, not really. So the key is, I'm going to go this way then. Think about that first. The angle is going to be like that. No, upside down. Okay. Yeah. I was just deciding which side I would like to have that on. So, part of the problem here is going to be, it's just going to get in the way. Shouldn't. Should not. It's far enough over that it should clear. Yeah, we're good. So, well, here goes nothing. So what do you think? Did I nail that angle? Did I just make a stupid wild guess, or is it gonna work? We don't really know until we start putting it together. I'm willing to say that that is, here, go like this, go like this. I was right. I was right. Okay, so now we want to do the back and sides. One side, just trust me, solid marks. You know, when you get this, usually you get a rough side and a clean side. Apparently they're getting so cheap now, they don't even give you that. Unbelievable. So, now you see how I kind of want to do it like this, because I want to be able to put a screw in the bottom as well. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So we're just going to make a mark here of our bottom and our top. And we're going to drill some holes, just pre-drilled. And starts right here. Let's put one here. How many are we going to put in there, huh? What do you think? 1, 2, 3. Or are we going to do 4? I'm always, yeah. I probably don't end up doing 4, but no, we're not going to use any special fancy tools. Here's another thing we need to do though. We need to take this board and put it on here so that we can draw a line on the other side. That's the back. Yep. So we get the thickness of it. So we can get holes like kind of in the center, you know what I mean, of this. So now you want to make sure I didn't go all the way up here, go back a little bit of an angle there, you know. Don't get all worked up about where you're putting them, just drill them. Really close to a knot. So, be careful to snap that bit. You know, I could use brad nails, crown staples. Let's not do that. You know, once again, you ain't got all those fancy tools. So, now that we got, that is the back. Let's get some nails started in there. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Ooh, great through, look at that. Alright, that's fine. That's the way you want to be. Okay, so this could be a little tricky, but let's do something like this. Is long enough, we can kind of set ourselves up for success. I'm trying to do this in a way, I could use this to hold one of the pieces, but you don't have one of these. You might be doing this on some sort of an old table that you got in your garage or basement. You know, I mean, guys gotta make those considerations. So, let's go ahead and start with one. So yeah, make sure you got one clamp that's longer. I'm just gonna get it started first here, just to make sure we got everything all happy. I didn't think about the position of that clamp. You know what's really annoying? This thing rattling away. Holy smokes. And I dropped the nail. And I picked the nail up. So, I would like the nail to work a little harder going through that first piece, but I don't see it as a problem. Okay, so we don't do the second side because the second side is going to swing open, hey, for cleaning. All right, so that means that we got to do the front, right? In the front, goes like this. Find another piece here, and back side. So ourselves a little line. Come on. I guess we're going 4. We're gonna keep going with 4. I really should have drilled these from the other side, but not you know, because you know this blow out. But we're not that worried about that because now we know that this is a little bit longer than this. Oh, you know what else? The angle here. Ha ha! See?
Uh-huh.
So we got to put that angle on there. See? I told you I'm just winging it. So we want to put that angle on there. Let's remember we gotta flip it around so that the angle's going the right way. It wouldn't really matter because right now this can go either way. That's right. Much better. See now the angle, it all goes together. Oh, look at that. So now that I went and did that, it's not as long as it was before. I was thinking that through, and I was going to end up being the same length then because I took just a tiny little bit off, which is totally fine. And for this one, I don't know if I'll clamp it. I'll clamp it. Well, I didn't want you to drop that much. Of course, yeah, you think you would line it up a little bit better before you put the clamp on there? Possibly, maybe, I don't know. Nice, I like it, it works, it's good. In fact, I should have drilled from this side, not the other side, but I'm not going to say it anymore. Just say it, and I don't have to say it, okay?
I see you're still doing the birdhouse thing.
It's okay. There. Oh, yeah. Now, we got to do the bottom, but here's the problem with the bottom. Everything. Yeah. So we need some holes in the bottom. Water to drain. Come on, think about it. Water gets in there, you know. So you could just cut the corners off, you know. You could do that. You know, a little tricky with a skill saw, though. You know, could do it with a little blue bomb over there. Let's just say you don't have that, but you do have a drill. hole size isn't too big of a deal. I wouldn't go too small though, because I don't know if water's gonna drain out real well. So, which is there's just 4 holes. There, one in the middle? Put one in the middle? No, we're not gonna put one in the middle. Alright. Say goodbye, little bitty, little bitty. There it is. Okay. We're moving along pretty good here. You know. The mistake was that. You know what? It's bothering me. Let's just say I did cut that. And I'm gonna go get something so that I can cut that. See, I got something up here that works just fine. Yeah, this, you know, let's just say I cut that little bit off of there for the, so it breathes in there. Okay? Let's see, where's that? Let's just say we did, and now I'm seeing I make mistakes. I forgot about that little vent. Vent. This one, on the other hand, as you can see, you know, that's a better vent. You don't have to be going too much. You could just go on one side. I don't know about that. I don't know if I like that. So let's just, boy. This is from an old miter box. Yeah, the old wood ones. Remember the wood ones? You can cut an angle, cut the angle this way, cut it straight. Oh boy. No, I never really worked with any of them. Because I can remember. Those things. That's some pretty old school stuff. And yes, I did look on the back to make sure I wasn't going to be cutting into that nail, okay? That's why you go a little lower. Okay, we put this away now. No more cheating. Well, that's not cheating. You could pick up one of those at a garage sale. Just saying. Miter box part of it you probably still want, but that's fine. So, while we're here doing this, let's get this one going. Right? No more angle. Yeah, just got a little bit off of that thing there. Are we gonna check to see if they're kind of the same? No, we're not. Yes, we are. One looks a little better than the other. What do you expect? You know, it's okay. It's okay, don't worry about it. It's okay. The bottom. No, because I'm going with a longer bottom. I'm gonna need to measure. Oh, I don't really need that on there to measure it. What I need to do is, and I just guessed it where I wanted to put it, so it's wherever it's at. 1 7/8. 1 7/8. And that being 5/8, it would be 2 5/8, but it's not. It's 2 1/2, isn't it? Yes, it is. So there again, we are going to speed square, straight edge, whatever it is. Like I said, you could Draw one here and match them up. Looks just fine. Whatever floats your boat. So now we're gonna pencil. It'll wear away real quick in the weather. But that tells me where I can nail. Alright? So, yeah, let's actually put it in the right way. Oh, okay, so. Moving in a little bit, because we haven't quite, we haven't got the other side on there yet. It's okay, once it goes together, it'll all be fine. So. Which way does it fit better? Because there's always going to be a place that fits better. Let's do it this way, huh? Maybe. And should we clamp that? Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit of clamp in here. And now let's just make sure that when we put this in here, it's going to be all nice. Nice like, real nice like. Seems as though I got to clamp it on pretty tight. I'm fine with that. I'm fine. So, now, you don't want to drill all the way through now. Okay, right? That makes sense, don't you think? And you probably don't want to drill right where there's a hole. We'll miss it. So we should be okay with that. I mean, it ain't going to be like that long that we'll go in there and through the hole. Okay. I felt it. Did you feel it? Or did you just see it?
I felt it too.
What went through? Okay. You know what I'm talking about. Here, let's go ahead and get that started. And get that one started. Kind of sets us. And that way we can go like this. Fine. You know why it's fine? Come on, say it. Everybody say it.
I see you're still doing the birdhouse thing.
Oh boy. So, when you're trying to guess what I should just be doing like this, you go, oh, yeah, right there. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, see, it's a little quirky right there, but that's okay, because you know what we're gonna do with that? We're gonna bring you all back together again for me, huh? Yeah, and it is, yeah, a little bit off there, a little bit. It's something, you know. Circular saw. You're never gonna cut exactly, perfectly straight, square. Do you know what I'm gonna say? Please, just say it, okay? So I don't have to say it, just everybody here. I'll give you 1, 2, 3, because...
I see you're still doing the birdhouse thing.
Okay. Thank you. tap it, make it a little bit better looking, sure. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. Not free, you know, kind of, no one's maybe right in the middle, maybe not, and this would have been over for learning. Who really cares? Because, yeah, you know. All right. Yeah, see that chipped off there a little bit? You know what I'm gonna say. You're getting sick of me saying it. So, how do you want to do this side? So, and I've pretty much stopped, you know what, I will do it just for your sake. I'm pretty good at figuring out why it needs to be, but let's just go like this, huh? We'll just do one there, one there. Be a little different in this one, just for accurate. So, okay. So now we should have 3 sides taken care of, right? Yes. There. Now, I could do the top, we do the side. We do the top, and we do the side. What do we do first, huh? I'm just saying, I don't know. Okay, so do this right now. It's funny because, you know, it's supposed to open up. Is that going to swing open like you really want it to? And that's where I have my questions, my don'ts. I've never done it this way. Maybe there's a reason why I've never done it this way. Because it makes it too hard to open up. It's quite possible. Oh, do we have a side we like better than the other? We don't have a choice because we got the angle cut. Yeah. So then we'll go ahead like this. In my opinion, that should have been longer. Even longer than what it, it's just my opinion. So. Let's get a nail in there right now. I'd like to lock this in. Oh, it's all sitting tight against the back. So, because what I want to do is I want to drill from the back to, get some nails in there, right? So, we're going to get this, and make sure we get this locked in with that tight up against the back. We want to make this tight. It doesn't really have to be, but would like it to be. Wouldn't you like it to be? Okay. And of course now, maybe we can put those there now. Maybe they won't spill or, I don't know, we're pounding. I don't know. We'll find out. Locked. Yeah, I noticed that bounced up when I did that. Are we okay with that? Yeah, like I was saying, I've never done the door before. Ooh, boy. Ooh. You know, what I might do? I might take a little bit off. I just have a sneaky suspicion that it's not going to swing open like you want it to. And we can take a little bit off this bottom. You can see that. Take a little bit off this bottom, and then we'll drop it down, and then it'll leave a little bit of space there. See? Yeah, don't worry about it. Well, this one I can't go at an angle like the wood is. Yeah, I guess I could. A little bit of an angle. But you know, my problem is, I don't know. So we know that one's good, so what was that?
Gibberish.
It was 1 inch and 3/8. Let's do some inch and 3/8 measurements. Inch 3/8. Alright. There we go. What, can we see it? There. Alright. So, a little bit of an angle. Not too much, just a little bit. Alright. We're getting there, we're getting there. How long has it been? Because my thinking was it was going to go a lot quicker. Than it did, or has. But that just goes to show you. Add 30% to everything. For cost and time. Always. Golden rule. So, now we got this, and we gotta get this backside here. Let's so I think I'm fine with where you are right there. Okay. Ooh, yeah. So let's go like this. And you know we can drill the one and the other because we can see where it's at. And then we can measure up. 2 3/4. Got a little knock in there, so we're not gonna go quick. Have to worry about it. There, all right. I didn't put much on mark there. Boy. Okay. Of course, that's going to, we'll try to copy that angle. Or a compromise between 2 angles here. Not a biggie. Kind of want to keep in line with the wood. I don't know why it's going over there. So just put them back over there, and that way when I go over there, they are there. You want to kind of keep in line with the wood, if possible. Not parallel to this, or perpendicular. Now that, locking all that in, Mike, did we indeed lock everything in? Did we? We got that, we got that, we got that, and yeah, okay. So, this is where I was getting a little worried that once you do that, they're gonna fit kind of hard. So, this is where, do I have a block of sandpaper? A block of wood with sandpaper on it? Okay, so, we're gonna do a little sanding on this, okay? Could have swore I had a block. I guess maybe I don't, or I did and I threw it out because it was kind of wore out. So we're gonna go with, I got 100 grit. And I don't want to waste a lot of time screwing around with sanding. So, you know. Alright? It's sticky back, but you could just block wood and throw some sandpaper on it. So yeah, we're gonna, it's a little bit tight, so we're gonna be making this. So I kind of figured something like that would happen. So. And this will make it open more smoothly because it's kind of rough sides, really rough wood. And yeah, this will help a lot. There we go. Let's give her a shot. This will be a lot better, I do believe. Still a little tight on the top. Okay, so then we'll work on the top. Work on the top. And this top. I see that drill right there, just a rocking like it's gonna go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. I was seeing it. Oh, there. Oh, see. Yeah. So my concern is that with the nails in here, and you try to, it's not gonna work. You gotta have a little bit of a gap in there. So I could cut a little off of here and then move it down, or I could just move it down and see what might, you know. So I'm not convinced that putting that up tight like that is gonna open up properly, because you put the nails in there, it's gonna catch. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna take a little bit off of here. I took a little bit more off than the thickness of the blade, just barely a little more. It's just easier to follow the blade that way. And that's what I wanted to do. So, now when we go flush, yes, see, much better. Now, a nail here and a nail here, right? Except for I should have measured that up before I put this top on. That's okay. So we're just gonna decide something like that. So we'll just call that right there. And we can measure it like this. Well, that's 8 1/16 of an inch. Okay, 8 1/16 of an inch. See if I can. Sure is. All right. 8 1/16 of an inch. You stay there while I do this. 8 1/16 of an inch. Are we that far? That's crazy. Oh yeah. Ding-a-ling. Because I made the bottom longer. Do you remember what that was? Oh, it's right here. Right? So what is this here? So 9 7/8 minus a 16th of an inch. No, plus a 16th of an inch. Wait. I think my math work out there. You can tell me. Not even close. Oh, not even close. Look at that. Wow, just long enough to go across there. Look, where are we at here now? Right there. Did my math work out? Oh, it did. Okay. So now we're gonna take that out. And yeah, rough cuts. Just use this. Kind of want to be right in the center. Well, it's 5/8. Smokes, let's go 5/16, huh? We could do that simple math. Boy. Listen to me, stupid tape. Watch, please. Thank you. Woo! Yeah, baby. Woo! Good for the ears. 5/16, huh? Is that truly 5/16? Indeed it is. Whoa. On the line, please. But you drew the line. Well, it looks like you drew it just right. Okay, cool. So, I just, do I don't know if I want to drill this all the way through. Oh, you know. I haven't been drinking any coffee. Whew. So, yeah, I would get to be a little bit tired, you know. So, let's go ahead and wrap it in. And then, yeah, I see that this is off a little bit over here. You know what I'm gonna say, right? You know it. Yep. Okay, so would kind of like it to look nice. You know what I mean? To be like kind of even and everything. So let's go ahead and throw a clamp on there so that everything is where we want it to be. There. Now, okay. You want this to be as straight as possible going down there. It is, it's just sitting crooked here. I wish it wasn't sitting like that. But, well, what else did I see? Right here. I don't know. Now, yeah, I don't know why that screw started coming out, but I probably didn't need to have as much gap up there. And maybe I didn't need to do any gap up there. But the only other thing I would say is that inside here, you probably want to put some little cuts in here. Give the little baby bird something to grab onto, climbing out, being that this does not have a rough side. So you could have done that prior to putting this together, or it doesn't matter, just do whatever. Just take anything and scratch in there. Take that goofy looking saw I have here. Take that, just take the goofy saw. 3 lines in there, Anything, screwdriver, doesn't matter. So, I don't know, can you see that? You kind of see, I don't think you can see that. You kind of see it. The light, But, so what do we do about this? That's really easy. We're gonna put a screw, we could put a nail in there, but I don't know how, and then I could have dropped this lower so you could pull it easier, but we're gonna put a screw in there. I was gonna go with a Phillips. This is a square of Phillips. It's too long, but it's okay. We're just gonna go like that until I find a bit for the other one. I'll bring that back out, so that'll make a difference. So there's the birdhouse, no perch. You don't want predators to have a place to sit and mess with the babies or the eggs. Come spring, want to clean it out, you unscrew that. Get up, put a glove on. Good to go. Matter of fact, the long one actually works just fine. I'm just gonna leave it like that. And the only other thing that I did not talk about was something to mount it with. So, I'm gonna do a drill bit big enough that when you're mounting it, you're not having to drill into this. So we'll go like this. Center. Oh. I hope it's center. So let's find which one did I just grab. I just grabbed right here. Ouch. This is a number 9, but slides right in. See how that slid right in? That's what you want. You could just go ahead and use that. It's probably long enough to go into a tree. Yeah. I would maybe do a 3-inch. But I'm going to do the bottom. There. See? Good to go. I like that better than this being flush down here. I like the idea of being able to screw it on the top and the bottom. So that when you pull this door open, this whole thing isn't swinging in the wind. So, how long did that take? Did anybody time me? It took longer than I thought it was going to take. But I kind of went into this, never done one with a side door. I like the idea, just never done it. But I did change the lengths up a little bit. I would like to put that up there for, you know, if you ask. I might just do a CAD drawing. Yeah. And then I could put that as a PNG. And at the end, and you can just pause it and write it all down. How about that? If you want it emailed, I guess we can go that route. You can just let me know. And we'll work something out. But I like that. I'm changing. I don't like the measurements that they had. And they're working with 3/4 inch web. We're working with 5/8 because that's all you're going to get. Unless you're better than I am at finding stuff that, I don't know, this is, you know, where you're at, they actually have decent ones. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. Try to come up with some other things, maybe some different designs on birdhouses, like well, side mount birdhouse. Side mount birdhouse. Yeah. And that opens, this one opens from the top, but I redesigned it so it opens from the bottom for cleaning. Now, mounting this, 6 to 8 feet. Don't go less than 6 feet. Actually 6 feet. I don't like that. I prefer you go at least 8. 10 would be better. I like them nice and high, you know, so if you can mount this facing the east or south, one of those, east, south, or somewhere in between those, better. You don't want the cold wind blowing inside, or the rain, which, unless rain comes from a different direction where you live, just, you know, inclement weather comes wherever it comes from, get this away from it. Yeah. But I would go 8 feet. If you can go further, better. But obviously you gotta get up to clean it all. So, it's up to you. 6 feet, I guess you can go. I personally wouldn't. Yeah. You know, mount it this year yet. Give it some time to season. Yeah. We have a better chance of birds going in the spring. But don't be disappointed if it takes another year, you know, another summer. Just the way it is. All right, good. I hope you enjoyed it. It's fun to do it. That's, drill. Okay, in the end, probably a couple different. You don't have to pre-drill the holes for the nails, but it does help. Couple of clamps. One obviously longer so that you can clamp this way. And yeah, a couple drill bits. One screw to hold the side in. If it's long, just leave it stick out a little bit. It's actually pretty easy out. I mean, I could do that right now. It might be a better way to go. I don't know. It's up to you. It'd be kind of cool to find out if you made one. And if you have any questions, just go right ahead and ask. I'd be more than happy to help you out. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. Hope you had fun.